This conference will now be recorded.
Awesome.
Sydney is on there. Morning, Sheriff. It's in morning, dude.
Morning.
It's 8:30, should we stand up? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everybody. It's January 9th. We're in the Mitchell County Courthouse for the Tuesday meeting. We have an agenda in front of us. Is there any corrections or additions? If not, a motion?
Move to approve the agenda.
We have a motion to approve the agenda. Is second?
I'll second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Approve the minutes for the January 2nd meeting in claims.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the January 2nd meeting and claims.
I'll second.
Motion second. Any discussion?
Roll call, Todd,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
Sydney,
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Mark.
Okay. County Attorney, general discussion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't really have anything for you today. I guess it's been about the last 3 weeks. I haven't had a whole lot to say. I don't know if that's good or whether that's bad, but, I guess I got a couple things I'll probably, I'll update you on probably by email and stuff, just a couple of things. I guess that's about it. Anybody has any questions or criticisms? Always kind of hate to ask for that, but I guess you gotta take that too, right?
Oh, looks like we're good.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Sheriff, help me.
Well, since we were together yesterday, talking about budgets, I really don't have anything for you this morning either, unless you folks have stuff for me.
See, it's Law Enforcement Appreciation Day today.
Appreciate your support, Chairman. Yeah, oh, thank you for that. We worked through the school threat up in St. Ansgar Sunday night, all day yesterday, so pretty much have that resolved. If you have any questions or concerns about that, it's a big effort to get it done in a timely fashion to keep students safe and school on track, essentially. So we were able to get it done all late yesterday. And so school's safe and they'll be back in session hopefully tomorrow, weather permitting. So, yeah.
Get a resolution to the source or?
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
Any department head discussion? Hearing none, county engineer update.
Morning. Not much today other than we're plowing snow. Had the Title VI assurances last week. Once we got the board chair, I could fill in the blanks. Looks like I maybe missed a few blanks, but I'll write them in with ink. But we need to update our Title VI assurances with the DOT since there's been a change in the name of the chair. I wish that the feds in the state would just allow it to be chairman of the board or chairperson of the board as a signature, but they want a name. So every year we've got to keep updating it. So But that's not specifically just for, like, when we do our bridge project, we're getting federal aid money, so we've got to make sure we're in compliance with Title VI. If we're not, then we could always jeopardize federal funding. Not just secondary roads, but if conservation gets federal funding or anybody in the county gets federal funding, we need to be compliant. So anyway, I don't know if Rachel gave you a copy there, Mark, but yeah, we could.
So we'll need a motion.
Unless you want somebody else to manage Title VI, I'm all for that. If you want somebody else to take over, we can change the name of me to somebody else.
You're good.
I'd be more than willing to give that up. I guess by the smirks, that's not happening, so, all right.
Yeah.
Not much commenting.
Motion and a second to approve this.
I guess I'll make a motion to approve Title VI assurances and agreement.
Motion and a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? No discussion?
Roll call, Mark,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Sydney,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
Todd.
Aye. Motion passed. And
Just get them signed and email them, or I can get them later. I mean, we can come back at 10:30 anyway, so.
perfect.
That's all I've got for you this morning. Got one budget done at 10:30. Okay, all right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Item number 7, approved matrix resolution. I believe this is something we need to do every year, is that right?
Yep, so we have to complete this before February 1st. It's basically allowing you guys to approve the master matrix if anyone's prominent for their new arrangement plan.
Any new livestock construction?
Yes.
I will accept the motion for resolution 1204-24, matrix.
Move to approve resolution 1204-24.
Motion and a second.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Roll call, Todd,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Sydney,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
Number 8, appoint NIRHA board representative. Mike was gonna take that last week, but they have their meetings on Tuesday in the morning, so that,
And the fourth Tuesday, they have it at 9 o'clock, so. I can't make it.
so we have Ashley Rosendahl has offered to do it with Tracy Sharper as alternate. Have a motion or a second?
I move to approve Ashley Rosendahl for the NIRA board representative with Tracy Sharper being the alternate.
Motion, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none.
roll call, Jim,
Aye.
Sydney,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Todd.
Aye. Discussion and action on HVAC pay request invoice 8402.
Okay, so this was not from Casper, this is from Midwest Engineering, it's a consultant. And they sent, I wasn't sure if they sent this invoice to the auditor's office also or not, so that's what I wanted on the agenda, so you're aware of it. They did send it to the auditor's office and it was in this claim session, and if everybody's approved the claims, we've already approved this, so there's really nothing to approve by a motion here. Is there any questions about it or anything?
There's just a 2% holdback yet, correct? Or
2% overlap?
yeah. I mean, after this, there's still another bill coming forward, correct, or not?
Well,
Or is it
for construction and administration, there's approximately 20% left
Okay.
for that, and then the closeout, that's the 2%.
Okay, the 2%.
So
So that's what the engineer would get, Yep.
They did those change requests yet, or?
They, we should probably, we'll have two of them. We're supposed to have two of them for the next meeting to review and approve.
Okay.
I talked about the project a little bit too after we talked about some of this, but, we had a progress meeting yesterday and, the change order for let's see here. The one for the ceiling cassettes for the control room, we'll be reviewing that one. Actually, that one's done, but he didn't get it to me in time for today's meeting, so. And then the other one has to do with, I believe it's the lights in the stairways, that's the other one we'll be looking at. So, but that'll be next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't give them to me in time for today's meeting, so. I can talk about the project just briefly if you want.
Okay.
So we had a progress meet yesterday. There's still a few items in the control room, or not the control room, down in the basement being stored, not much, just a little bit. As I said, CAR 7 and 8 will be submitted. And 8 is the stairway lights. Work to be done in the next couple of weeks is, there's some piping that they need to get completed. Want to do that this week. If that piping will be for the VRF system, that's the geothermal system. Once they get that piping done, that loop can actually be doing more of the heating than what the big boiler is right now. So once that piping is done and the VRF system is online, then they can put in that small boiler. And the small boiler its main purpose is just to keep the geothermal field at about, I think it's a 50 degree is the sweet spot. They want that cooling temperature. If it gets too cold outside, then that field gets to be too cold. So that boiler is to try to keep it at its sweet spot. And there's some other things to do, but that's one of the big things that need to be done. Looking at mid to late January for completion. Gets kicked back a week all the time, but that's just the way it is. Same thing with the fire marshal and state electrical inspector, mid to late January. And there's no new updates on the controls as far as the controls people doing any install or work. Some of this other stuff has to get done too, so everything kind of depends on everything else, and it's kind of a shuffling thing, but things are proceeding and things are going well.
Like moving inmates or workers or anything around, is that pretty much over with?
I don't think that has to happen. No, I think that's done. Most of the equipment is pretty much in place, and now it's just working downstairs or working. The attic stuff might actually also be completely done too, but no, they have to do some piping for those ceiling cassettes in the control room for that, but most of the work is away from what staff and inmates have, I believe. That seemed to be the case, Sheriff?
Yeah, that's correct. They were doing some attic work last week. They need to do thermostat installs in the dispatch and the jail office yet.
They didn't get that yet. Okay.
No, I'm sure it's on their schedule to do
Yeah.
it. That's something that needs to be done.
And when I say control room, that's what I mean, is that room, yeah,
Sure.
that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
So,
So no, they've got work going on that doesn't impact our inmates. Staff, we're forgetting about that.
yep. That's pretty much it for an update.
We'll pass on number 9 then and go to approve auditor's quarterly report. Quarterly report of $22,392.39.
I'll move to approve the auditor's quarterly report.
Motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second, any discussion?
Roll call, Mike?
Aye.
Todd?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Mark?
Right?
Sydney?
Aye.
Now the items of note, meetings attended.
I had, like I said, a progress meet yesterday, and then I had an NICOG meeting last night. Highlights of that meeting are that they ended up having to purchase a new bus because there was an accident, totaled the bus, totaled the vehicle that was part of the accident. Nobody was injured, but we buy a new bus. In the neighborhood of, Missouri. Insurance covered some of that, but wasn't cheap. Quite a bit of money. And then the other big item is the health insurance. They're looking to pool with the city of Mason City to join forces to have a bigger pool of their insurance. The city actually wants that to happen. If NICOG does not go with the city, the city is going to be looking for somebody else, because if they can get to the 250 mark, there's considerable savings in regards to health insurance. So it's a benefit for the city to also do that. What's being proposed is going to be good for NICOG too, I think. The city's been looking at 5% increases in that neighborhood, whereas NICOGs have been having double-digit increases in their healthcare insurance. So that's something that's being discussed and ironed out. That's all I had.
Okay. Sydney, anything?
I had none.
I had none this week.
I had a fair board meeting. Basically went through the numbers, kind of like what they brought to the meeting. Most of the music contracts have been sent out to be signed. It was quite a short one. Some talk on sponsorships. And the committee list we went through, there wasn't a whole lot of changes other than that music contracts being sent out. So that was it.
Good. I'm up there, I did get a hold of Mark from Extra Energy,
Oh,
send him that information. They're gonna, sound like they're gonna do something.
okay, good.
I hear all, but, you know, for living.
That sounds good.
Winter management plan updates.
Link Pork LLC, 4170 Echo Avenue, Siniansburg, and McIntyre Finisher Farm, 4752 Lincoln Avenue, Stacyville.
Any public comment? Nobody? I guess we'll adjourn the meeting at 8:47.